Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is going to be talking about your circumstances, the 3D reality, our favorite topic, and the thing I think that triggers and trips people up the most when manifesting. So this is going to be a kind of motivational, supportive video again. I should do one telling you guys off, like giving more of like a, what's the word, like confidence boosting talk. And yeah, I should do one that kind of gives you all the facts. But yeah, all my videos are meant to be informative and helpful, supportive, and help you guys simplify manifestation. So welcome if you're new. Please do consider subscribing or becoming a member. It's just $2.99 a month if you enjoy my content and you find all of this useful. Members do get an extra video, so do keep that in mind. But yeah, this is going to be talking about circumstances. Right before I jump straight in, you guys know the drill. On screen will just be a quick overview of my coaching services, things you can sign up for, you can purchase for yourself, special discounts and offers. So you do want to take a look in case, you know, I might be considering changing some of my products or going back to my regular prices, removing sale prices. So yeah, do take a look if you're interested. But without further ado, let's get started. With your circumstances, they are shifting. If you are persisting and putting in the effort, do remember and keep in mind that you are creating movement. You are creating a shift in your reality, but it does take repetition. So just note that circumstances might not visibly shift, or they might look to appear the same, and your reality physically might be the exact same, and you know, your personal experiences with people and what you're literally seeing might seem exactly the same and like it hasn't shifted for the better yet. But again, just try and be patient and remind yourself it does take repetition. It does take a bit of time to get to that point and for your reality to shift sometimes. Not always. Sometimes you can see an instant change and people will just tell you exactly what you want to hear. But do keep in mind, generally with circumstances, you know, there are circumstances because that implies that they're negative. There has to be something already there for you to be acknowledging, oh, it's not what I want. So if you're seeing a lack or something negative, that's usually the case, then just note that it is going to shift. But if you're starting from that point, it will take repetition to build up, even if it's just a couple days, 72 hours sometimes. I'm not saying manifestation has to take a long time, but oftentimes if you're coming from anything negative, you have to understand that it's going to take time. Be patient with yourself. And when it comes to not analyzing them and understanding that they're just irrelevant and the old story, they're done, they're like a micro trend from 2021. Like, let's look at them like that. I saw this on TikTok the other day. So they're just like this irrelevant little random trend that you just realize now is horrible and gross and you don't want any part of it. So you're letting it go. Just be like, ew, what's the old story? I don't even know what that is. And if you're questioning it, you're questioning your circumstances and trying to dig into it and really focus on it, that's what's causing a delay. It's only going to further deepen the delay that might be caused, or, you know, deepen your attachment to the old story. You don't want to keep going back into this cycle of, you know, getting attached to circumstances or trying to analyze them, focus on them. So try and remind yourself it's irrelevant. I'm not going to look at this. I'm going to go back to my mental diet, focusing on my mindset, focusing on my affirmations, you know, whatever you want to do, because it's only going to cause a delay. If you question things, you're not going to find the answer. You might feel like temporarily something logical will come up, but guess what? It's probably not going to benefit your manifestation. Quick side note, I was going to mention this at the beginning, but yeah, if you're seeing like some different things in the background, I know they're not at the forefront necessarily, but also I have on what I consider a mini tiara, and you can't really see my top, but I'm in like this Glinda inspired look. So if you're a fan of Wicked, or you want to see what the heck is going on, why is my background, why do I have weird candles and makeup and stuff out, I am hosting a little Wicked party. So that's going to be on my vlog channel, and any makeup or anything you see in my videos that's not manifestation related, chances are I talk about it on my second vlog channel. So yeah, if anyone is interested, take a look. So back to circumstances, when you are trying to shift what's going on and shift the 3D reality, and also just shift your own focus away from that. You want to get back into creating the reality and the version that you want, because you are already doing that when you're affirming, when you're practicing manifestation, but it can be easy to fall out of that and, you know, fall back into the old mindset. So stay focused on the desired reality that you want, and that's how what you're seeing right now, the physical reality, will be forced to shift. It has no choice but to conform. You have to get whatever you focus on and convince yourself to believe and assume, and therefore your reality is part of that. You know, it has to shift and bring about what you've been focusing on. So if you keep questioning and analyzing and going back to saying, but look at what's here, look at the contact I'm not getting, look at the changes that aren't coming in, that's what you're reminding your mind of. So no matter the current circumstances, it doesn't matter what you're seeing, what you're experiencing, go back to creating assumptions and positive thoughts about what it is you want. It's just about thinking as if you have it right now. And if you are holding on to that old mindset, it's just going to hold your own, no, not hold it. If you're holding on to the old circumstances, you're holding your mindset back. That's what I was trying to say. Your own mindset will not be able to develop and evolve into a more positive, a positive way of thinking, and not going into this automated response of worst case scenario, catastrophizing, or going back to negative assumptions. You know, it can be very easy when you have feelings for someone to protect yourself from rejection and say, oh, well, you know, they don't like me. Oh, they probably have a girlfriend, probably have a boyfriend. You know, oh, they're not conforming and they're not replying to me. It's a way of holding on to what you know and what you've already been experiencing and telling yourself, oh, well, you know, look, the old story just came back. So try not to confirm that to yourself, and you know, you want to keep conforming your own mindset, because it's going to hold back the 3D if you hold back your own mindset. The version you already want, whether it's your specific person, but just, you know, in terms of the circumstances and your overall life, what you deal with, the relationships, the quality of, you know, everything you experience, how positive your experiences are day to day with people, and just, you know, in general going about life, you know, intangible things as well, like, well, a relationship is intangible, but you know what I mean, like, you know, getting a job or manifesting some kind of shift in circumstances. It doesn't always have to be obviously a specific person. The version you want already exists, and if you hold on to the 3D, it's holding that back. And your conscious mind will hold on to logic. That's just the way it works. It's rational, it's logical, it thinks intellectually, it, you know, thinks factually, and your conscious mind is just naturally going to be that way. But when it comes to your manifestation, you can, for the most part, control it. Obviously, you know, just in terms of circumstances or thinking that what you want is not capable, or it's difficult, or it's taking too long, that's the type of thought that you want to control and shift and prevent. When it comes to your manifestation, you know, in your specific person, for example, obviously not things like, you know, crossing the road. When it comes to safety or like the logical things, obviously we're not going into that degree, but when it comes to your manifestation specifically and your person, you know, things like, well, don't initiate an argument, don't question them about the third party, you know, don't, you know, beg for breadcrumbs, things like that. Those are the type of thoughts and actions that you should be aware of and be in control of, and it comes with a mental diet. But yeah, you don't want to let your conscious mind hold you back, and just acknowledge it's okay. It is going to think naturally that way. The more you convince yourself, the more the negative thoughts will fade away. So even though some of the rational thoughts are there to protect you and just help you day to day, try and distinguish the difference where you're just reverting back to the almost forgot that word, reverting back to the old story and a negative way of thinking where you're questioning, overanalyzing. That's the type of thought you want to prevent and get rid of. So yeah, just be aware of the differences and know that, okay, this is me questioning things, I'm overanalyzing again, you know, I'm trying to pinpoint the worst case scenario, I'm thinking the worst here. That's not what's true. I'm deciding, and I've said that everything's in my favor, everything's working perfectly. And when it comes to your subconscious mind, it is quite different. It doesn't judge. It doesn't have an intellectual ability to distinguish what's real, what's not real. It learns through repetition. It accepts whatever you repeat. So it's completely different, but that's again why the consistency is so important, because your conscious mind won't conform and change the way of thinking until you start to saturate your subconscious mind. That literally just means repetition. That's literally all it is. It's not 100 days of working on it. It's just the form and act of repetition. So repeating your affirmations, your visuals, whatever it may be, that's how you shift and create what you want, and your subconscious mind will accept it. Like I said, it can't judge, it can't distinguish. So if you tell it something over and over and over, it'll start to accept it. So yeah, basically, if you keep being consistent and conforming your own mindset, then your 3D reality will reflect that, will reflect the work that you've put in and start to shift as well. But circumstances are completely irrelevant. What's going on right now doesn't matter. You just need to keep persisting, and then they will change on their own. So I hope this was a useful video. I hope you guys learned something new or were inspired in some way. If you did enjoy, then please do thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell, and I'll see you next time. Bye.